Hi, hey Mix here. Today I'm going to explain an action-adventure superhero comic, called The Umbrella Academy, Apocalypse Suite. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. Opening the comic, we see 7 kids behind a man, and a note briefly describing all 7 kids and their usefulness. They are referred to by numbers. Flipping to the next pages, we read a narration about 43 extraordinary children born randomly to women who showed no signs of pregnancy. Only 7 survived and were adopted by Sir Reginald Hargreeves, a renowned scientist and inventor. Well, he's an alien and wears a mask. He hid their identities, giving his reason that they will save the world. 10 years later, the day the Eiffel Tower went berserk, during a police investigation, the 7 kids dispersed the crowd, thanks to number 3 who has the ability to alter reality. Flying above is Mr. Monocle and number 7, who is not with them because she isn't special. We learn that one of the kids, number 5, disappeared days ago. While trying to stop the tower, the kids see a zombie robot in it. Number 2, accurate at throwing knives, kills it quickly but it's in vain. The tower launches to space, apparently it's a spaceship. 20 years later, number 1, who's on the moon, gets a phone call from Dr. Pogo, on Earth. He learns of Sir Hargreeves' death and leaves for Earth. Somewhere in the city, number 7 receives a call from an unknown man who invites her to a violin audition to get revenge. At the Umbrella Academy we see a statue of number 6 who had died. Number 1, Spaceboy arrives to meet Dr. Pogo, who is a talking chimpanzee. He sees number 5, who disappeared and didn't age after 20 years, says. A shocked Spaceboy questions him but is told to wait for the arrival of the others. The next issue, number 1, Spaceboy, number 3, the rumor, who Space has a crush on, though she is divorced and has a daughter, and number 4, the Seance, who can communicate with the dead, listens to the boy, who wasn't given a name, as he narrates his encounter after his disappearance. He says he got lost 50 years into the future and saw that the world had ended. He read from a book on how bad things got, like the death of number 6. He found it hard to return. When he did, something went wrong, bringing him 20 years later. Number 2, the Kraken interrupts, provoking Spaceboy. They move to the burial ground and we see their mother had become part robot. Kraken lost his mind and provoked Spaceboy again. Downtown, number 7, Vanya auditions to a group, the Orchestra Verdamten, who tells her to join them in destroying the world. She declines and leaves, but the conductor believes she'll be back. During a fight between Spaceboy and Kraken, number 5 tells them the world ended 3 days after Hargreeves' death. They see the carnival set on fire by robots, called the Terminauts, programmed by Dr. Terminal, an enemy of Sir Hargreeves, to activate if they ever reform. The Kraken dives into the water, going alone. Spaceboy says Vanya is in the city and they are a team again. Opening the 3rd issue, number 3 is held hostage by Dr. Terminal, a diseased villain who eats anything to survive, including, according to him, little girls who taste better than doctors. Number 1 breaks through a wall with his strength and calls on a frozen number 3. It turns out she was in a trance and was called by Spaceboy to save the children. She declines and almost gets hit by an exploding robot. Next, the boy is watching the news. Pogo tells him his biology shows he's a 60-year-old man trapped in a 10-year-old body stuck in time. The boy leaves against his mother's objections. Vanya arrives at the carnival after seeing the explosions a while ago. She's saved by a heavily injured Kraken who yells at her for leaving, and tells her to get lost. When the others asked who it was, he lies that it was no one special. Spaceboy says the robots are not the end of the world, but something much bigger is. At the Icarus Theater, Vanya arrives, and joins the Orchestra Verdamten. She's had a change of mind. She says she's got no family, and wants to give them a performance they'll never forget. Issue 4, at the Umbrella Academy, 18 years ago. An angry number 7 walks to her room and smashes her violin. Pogo confronts her and comforts her by telling her she's special, and they hug. Flipping to the Icarus Theater, 2 days before the apocalypse, the conductor performs experiments on Vanya. She is told she's the most powerful one in the academy. She gets injected and we see electrification. Next, we see a smiling Vanya with white eyes. Her powers are unleashed. At the academy, Space, Seance and Rumor talk about the carnival incident. They see injured Kraken cleaning his wounds. He gets into an argument with Spaceboy which ended with Space saying he didn't pretend their dad loved him unlike number 2 did with Vanya. Spaceboy exits. Rumor and Seance tags along. Meanwhile, number 5 and Dr. Pogo patrols the city on air looking for a sign of the apocalypse. Number 5 revealed he had doubts but it was worth it. Later, they are at a coffee shop, when a group of masked men carrying laser guns walked in, looking for number 5. At the Icarus Theater, the conductor introduces Vanya, dubbed the White Violin. She plays, and the conductor dies instantly. She then proclaims the end of the Umbrella Academy and then the world. In the 5th issue, Inspector Lupo investigates a crime scene at the coffee shop. The attendant, Agnes, narrates how number 5 killed all the masked men, sparing none, then thanked her for the coffee. Kraken appears in Lupo's car and inquires what happened. Lupo tells him. Then he added that many violinists in the city got missing. Lupo asks about Vanya, but Kraken was gone. At the academy, number 5 finds Hargreeves' revolver. While explaining what happened, he turns to Pogo and sees him in a lab through the revolver, and faints. It turns out that the monocle allows you to see everything about a person. On a rooftop in the city, we see Spaceboy and Rumor express their feelings and kiss. Downtown, Kraken comes into Vanya's room, but she's not there. The White Violin arrives at the academy. She attacks the building, destroying the sculpture. Dr. Pogo dies in the process. She calls it a warm-up and leaves. The others arrive to see number 5 standing next to Pogo's dead body. Issue 6, number 1, 2, 4, and 5 arrive at the Icarus Theater to stop the Apocalypse Suite. Kraken sneaks up on her and tries to kill her but fails and gets sent through a wall. Rumor gets slashed in the throat, preventing her from using her powers. Number 5 and Kraken fight the Orchestra Verdamten while Spaceboy takes Rumor to the hospital. Kraken arrives, dressed like Hargreeves, with a group of children violinists to stop her by performing another song. He distracts her long enough for number 5 to shoot her in the head, although not fatally. She passes out in the hands of number 5. Number 4 uses telekinesis to stop a meteor, which weighs 40,000 tons, thus stopping the end of the world. In the epilogue, we learn that doctors saved Rumor's life but she'll never be able to speak again. Vanya's life was also saved but she was paralyzed. Both won't be able to use their powers, and the surviving violinists were arrested. Number 1, 2, 4, and 5 return to the academy to see it destroyed, crushed by the Eiffel Tower. Spaceboy and Kraken conversed and Spaceboy makes a sandwich, ending the issue. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe to Comics for more.